In this video, we will going to take up how to construct the wall and how to change the wall thicknesses and how to use the different editing commands of the wall. So to do that, so first I will go for wall. Okay. So first I will consider the basic wall. I will select the basic wall as a wall external having 215 BWK, that is the brickwork. So here I will go for the rectangle and then you take some arbitrary rectangle of any dimension. Okay. Then I will go for you yes, double click on this. Now you just click on this side and you make sure that you are taking the external to external and give that dimension as 40 feet. Okay. And similarly, I will click on this side and give this dimension which has 30 external to external wall. So you give it as 30 feet. Okay. Once you do that, now here I want to give the thickness of the wall. So what is the at present the thickness? At present the thickness is, I will go for annotation and I will give for this dimension. You just come down to this, you click on this side and this side. This dimension is so much of the thickness, 0 feet 8 and a half or 8 of 119 by 256 inch. So now I want to modify this. So since I want to modify, I will just come down to this. I will click on this wall. So at present you have the basic wall as 215 brickwork. Then I will just go to edit type and I will going to duplicate this by the name. Here, whatever the type you have, the same name will going to appear here. So I want to change the type here. Since I want to change the type, I will go for external wall of 9 inches. I will type 9 inches and say OK. Then I will go for edit. You just click on the edit and change the wall thickness here. You make it as 9 inches. Okay. Then you say OK. So now my external wall has been changed to 9 inches thickness. You can see here, you can change. And these are all the various properties of that particular wall, wherein you have the total thickness, you have the resistance, then you have the thermal mass, and this is the total thickness what we are interested. So once you do that, and the height of the sample height of the wall is 20 feet. So then I will say OK. And then I will say apply and say OK now. So now this is the actual dimension what we have for this. Now if you want to measure this dimension, I will go for dimension, select this side and this one, you take it as 9 inches. But if you see the other dimension, that is you go to annotation and you just click, you select this and you select this and you try to give this dimension. This dimension remains the same as the previous one because I have not changed. I have just considered this one and changed this as the dimension. Correct? Now, if I click this, you can see that is a basic wall still. So similarly, you have this also as the basic wall and this also as the basic wall. So once you do that, so what I will do, I will just go for the selection. I will just go for select, then I will type SA, or you will just go to control key, you just click on this one and this one and this one and change all these basic wall or these are the multiple walls it has been selected because you have the basic wall multiple types selected. Okay. I want, because this thickness is different and these three thicknesses are different. I will just go for external wall and you click and say OK. Now we have all the dimensions. But what happens to the overall dimension of the wall, this between these two walls and between these two walls, that will automatically, it will going to change. So I will just go to modify, and if I click, now you can see instead of 40, you have got 40 point something. So that is basically because you have changed the wall here. You just click on this and I will make it 40 feet. Okay. Then similarly, you just click on this side and you give the dimension as 30 feet. So now we have changed this. So this is the first thing. And now I will just go for the 3 dimension and check whether this is the wall thickness what you have. That is the 20 feet. Now, once you have this, now I want to reduce this thickness. That means I want this to be to height of level 1. So to do that, I will just come down to elevation and click on the south. Double click on south. Okay. Once you do that, you'll just click on south. Now you have the level, and I want to change this level to 10 feet. I will just you will just take this onto this. Okay. I will go to the level, and I will, 1 minute, I will just go to this visual style. I will make it wireframe. Go to shaded. Okay. Okay. Now I will come down to this. So I'll go for again, go to level 0. Okay. Now we have this dimension. So here, the dimension what we have is 30 feet. Okay. This is the level 0 what we are talking about at present. And I have all these things which I don't want. Then I don't want this also. You remove that. Okay. Now at present we have this one. Okay. Now in this, I will go for the south and I want to change this dimension. Okay. So I will use the editing. Okay. You just click on this. Okay. Now I will come down to 3 dimension. Okay. Now I will just click on this side. Go to modify. I will go to modify. You just click on this point, and I want to take this wall to be unconnected. I want to make it at level 1. Okay. So now you have come down to the level 1. Similarly, I want to select this by holding the shift key. I will select this one, and you select this one, that is the shift, and come down to level 1. Okay. So now we have the level 1 condition. So what is the level 1 condition says? If I come down to south, you can see that level 1 has got 13 feet, so many inches. Now I will go for double click on this level 1. I will say first floor. I will take this as the first floor. Okay. And now the apply the renaming corresponding views. Yes. In this ceiling also you will get first floor. Then here I will have now I want to just take this out. You just take it and you drag this out. Okay. And enable this side also. Similarly, you drag this and keep it on this side also. So we have on the both the sides. I will take and I will enable this also. Now I want to reduce the height of the first floor from 13 feet and odd to 10. I will just double click on this and I will make it 10 feet. Correspondingly, the wall height will also be get reduced. Okay. So now once you do that, again, I will go back to level 0. So you have this, the wall thicknesses. Now, if you want to check the dimension of this, you just click on this side and you can see it is 40 feet. These are all the temporary dimensions what you have. Similarly, I will click on this side. This will have 30 feet. Okay. So now I want to change the wall thickness. Now I want to give the dimension of this. I want to check the dimension of this. Okay. I'll just click on this side and I will take the dimension between these two. This is 9 inches. Yes. Similarly, I want to take the dimension from this to this on this side. So 9 feet, 9 inches by 9 inches. Now, the next thing is, I will just delete this. So this is how I can change the wall thickness of a wall. Now I want to have the internal wall. So to do that, I will just go for the architecture and I will just go for a wall. Now I will just go to the basic wall. Okay. Click on this basic wall and go to edit type. And now I want to duplicate this again. I want internal wall. You just type internal wall of how much? 4.5 inch thickness. And I will say OK. And I named them. Then I want to go for edit of this, which I want to make it as 4.5 inches. Okay. I will say 4.5 inches. Okay. I will click it outside. Okay. You can see 4.5 inches. Okay. Then I will say, I will apply this, go to apply and say OK. So once you do that, now we have this dimension. So what the wall thickness I want the internal wall. So to do that, I will just go for modify. So I'll go for architecture wall. Now I want to offset this or I will do one thing. I will create one more wall of 4.5 inches. I will just go for 12 feet. Okay. From the internal wall of this, you can see from inches, internal wall of 12. And I will enter this. So now you have the core, what we want. That is from the basic to this core. So I will go for location. I will not be able to get it now. I will just go to architecture, basic wall. Here, the location of this is finish face to interior. You just take from here, you take 14 feet, for example. Now you can see that is taking directly here. I will take to some distance here and enter it. Now, if you apply for this dimension, you can see that you will have 14 feet from here to here. And then, of course, you will have 4.5 inch thickness. So how do I know that you have 4.5 thickness? You just go to annotate and you just go for the dimension. You click on this side and you click on this side. Now you can see that there is a offset of this much. Now, similarly, I will just take the internal wall again. I will just go to architecture wall and I take basic wall. Now the location is face internal. So from here, I will take it on this side now. Correspondingly to that wall, you give the dimension. You just go to this and whatever I want, I will say I want 15 feet. I will just take 15 feet. So from here, you have a internal wall, correct? But now it has taken for the external one. Okay. So now, so for that, what I will do, I will just come down to wall. Okay. Take the face, finish interior. I will go for face finish exterior. So from here, I will take it to, I will take some dimension. I will take 15 feet. Okay. Now you can see there is a 15 feet here and you take this dimension outside. Okay. Now I want to trim this. So how to trim? I will just go for a trim, select between these two. So we have one room which has been created. Now, if you go for the dimension and if you try to give the dimension, go for annotate, give the dimension between this and this. This is a permanent dimension. You have 14 feet. Similarly, I want the dimension, annotate the dimension from here to here. Okay. So you have 15 feet. Then what happens to the remaining portion of the dimension? So here again, I will go for dimension between this wall and to this wall. You have 14 feet, 1.5. Okay. Then I will take this. Okay. So this is some dimension which will be automatically considered. That is because of the wall thicknesses. Okay. This is how we will be able to do it. The next part is I want to have I will going to extend this particular wall till here. So to do that, I will go for architecture. I will go for wall. And now I want to extend. You just go to the extend, select this as the boundary and this as the wall. So we were extending it. Now we want to try to offset. How to offset this? So I will go for offset. And here you can see the offset distance of the wall. I will take 10 feet. Okay. Select this line onto this side. So you will go to offset on this side. Then here again, I will go for offset or I will go to extend this. So I will go for extend. Select this as the boundary and this is the wall and this as the wall. Okay. So once you do that, now the dimension between these two I want. So since I want the dimension between these two, I will just check for the dimension. I will go for annotate. I will go for dimension between this point and this point. So you have 10 feet. Then similarly, you have the dimension from this to this. Of course, whatever it has been left out, it will be there. That you need not have to worry about because all these are round number and obviously one is going to be the fraction. Then similarly, I want to place this dimension here. I will take, now I want to have the dimension from here to here. I will, anyhow, we have this dimension. So I will take between these two. So you have 14 and something dimension. So suppose if I want to increase the wall thickness of this, so I will say, for example, I will take 6 inches instead of 4.5, only for this wall. So to do that, I will go for architecture and I will go for wall. Again, I will go for the basic wall and take this. Better to go from the basics. I will just go for edit type, duplicate it, and I will say one more wall of 6 inches. You can give whatever the name you want, and I will just say OK. And then you come down to edit and change that thickness as 6 inches wall. Okay, 6 inches, and click on OK. 6 inches is the default. OK, and apply and say close. Now, the moment when I click on this, you see what is the changes you will get. You have the 4 inches wall, you make it as 6 inches. Now you can see automatically that dimension has been changed. So now it has become a round figure. So this is how you will be able to compromise on the wall thicknesses. I can use the different thickness, of course, based on your requirement and of course based on the availability, what you can do. Then if I just go through to the 3 dimension and you can see this is how your wall is looking like. Okay. Now I will go back to the level and now I will select this as the one wall and I will type SA. So it will takes the similar, the same entities or the same walls which has got the same dimensions. So this multiple selection can be able to do directly. Then I will say that dimension to be connected to what? To level 1. That is for the first floor. And similarly, I will going to select this and now at present it is unconnected. So that you want to make it as up to first floor and say go to 3 dimension. Now we have changed all the levels. Again, if I go to the elevation and go to the south and see, this is how it will going to look like. So once you do that, now we will try to insert the door for this. How to insert the door for this? Again, I will go for level 0. So we have the door openings. So to do that, so I will just go for a door. Okay. The moment when I click on the door, you can see that the door, external door with a double flush, it is there. I want to go for edit type. So first we will going to try to load here. These are all the double flush doors. These are all the dimensions what you have. I will just click on the load. Okay. Once you do that, you will going to have the library in UK, wherein you have double doors. Then I want to go for external doors. So these are all the different types of external doors which are available. The moment when you click on any one of the doors, you can see the preview of that. Similarly, I want to go for double door in the beginning, or if you can go for the single door also, it is acceptable. So when you go for the external door, I should be able to see from inside what are all the things which are, who are the things, who are all the people who are coming, or I can take this as the external door. I will just click on this external door and I will say open. Okay, the external door, I have loaded this. And if you want to copy this, yes, if you want to modify this, you can go for duplicate of that external door and change the dimensions. So these are all the parameters what you have. This is the height what you will get. So you can see here, these are all the panel width, panel height, and these are all the constructions, wrap layers, graphics, and material finishes, glazing, door panel, what are the dimensions. And all these things are have been already inbuilt. This is just a library what they have created. And I will just say OK. And now the external sequence single door has been there. So now I want to keep that here. So to do that, I will go for click on this and I will select here. The moment when I click, so automatically that part will going to be get selected. And the moment when you see here, you can see that either I can open from the left. So you have two things here. So I will cancel this. Now I have the door fixed. So once the door is fixed, I will just go for modify and I will click on this. Okay. Now, if I take the door outside, you can take it from outside, or you take flip outside. And this is the opening from right towards left. If you want from left to right also, you can select. So normally it is from the right to left. So I will consider this. And you can also change the position of this door with reference to the wall. So whatever they think you want, you can select. And I will give the dimension as 3 feet. Okay, it is from one end. And correspondingly, automatically that other dimensions will going to be adjusted. Okay, and you just click on enter. The moment when you do that, how it will going to look when you are looking from the 3 dimension. You just go to 3D and now you can see that is the direction in which you are able to see. Now I will go for the north and I will double click on north. Sorry, I'm going for the elevation. Go to 3D. Now I want to go for, I don't want to go for the, so I'll go for back. Okay. So 3D, yes, now it is like this. So this is how you will be able to see from here. So once you get this, you just go to the front of this. Now you can see this is how you will be able to see this door. How exactly it will going to look. Similarly, if you come down to this, there is a opening here. So this is how the first case what you will going to get. Now I can change the height. So the moment when you click on this door, you can see this is the level at which you have sill height. What is the sill height? At present, it is from the bottom. It is the height which is 0. If I want to give some height from here, I can give 3 feet. So it is going for from the bottom. So normally we don't give 3 feet. I will just give 2 feet. Suppose if you want to give the step here, you can always give the step. So that is the advantage of giving the seal height. Then I will just normally, we will keep it at the base level. Then you have the other dimensions, like you just click on this and you go for the height. Head height, that is the total height of this, is the one what we are talking about. I will take, can we able to make it 7? But it is not, yes, you can give it as the 7 feet. Yes, it will be able to change this dimension. And then similarly, if at all, if I want to look from this side, you can see there is the dimension you are getting. And then if I want to take it back like this, so now the height, that is, we are opening from the inside. Since you are taking from the inside, that the door is opening to the outside. If you go to the 3D, now you can see that is gone inside, and you have got this as the outside dimension. So normally this is not the procedure what we are going to do. We will get it from the inside only. So, or you can take it to the right. Yes, you can take it to the right. Yes, it can be done like this. So then I will say, as you go to the 3 dimension, and here also you can be able to move accordingly. As you move your cursor, you can see that is the displacement of your door in 3 dimension. Also you can be able to use it. This is how we will be able to edit the doors. Okay, for the requirement, for the time being, I will going to keep it as 3 feet. Okay, and let us have this dimension on this side only. Okay, so then I will say okay for this. So yes, now once you do that, so this is the 3 dimension what you will going to look. So this is the main door what I am trying to select. Next I want to go for the other doors. I want to keep it. So how to keep the other doors now? So to do that, I will just delete all these dimensions. Okay, it's not required. Then from here, I will go for the door. Okay, instead of external door, I will go for some doors which is of internal type. Yes, I will going to take doors, internal single doors. I will take 810 by 210. I will just click on this side. Okay, and I will keep it on this side. Okay, so we have one door here. Then I want to keep it one more door here. Okay, so I want to keep it exactly at the same point. Okay, you can keep it, or I will take this on this side. Yes. Okay, similarly I want to keep this door on this side. Okay, and I want to keep this on this side. So like this you can play it around whatever way you want, or I can keep it on this side also. So like that. So just I'm just showing how to keep the doors here. So and I'll just press enter key. And if you go to 3 dimension, so this is how exactly how the doors are kept on your 3 play on your building. So this is how it will going to look, how the doors can be placed. So I can also change this even whenever if it is required. I will just go to level 0 and I will just click on this. I will later on, I will see, I want to change the dimension of this. I will just go to this. I will take this 1010. So now I've gone for this particular door, which has been changed. The moment when you go for 3 dimension, you can see that dimension of the door has been changed. So this is how we have the lot of flexibility in creating the uh, uh, using the doors. Then, but of course, how I can go into this? So I can enter here, but I cannot go to this. So again, I will go for a door. So go for architecture, go for door, and I will click on this side. Okay, and I tweak it and by this. So here I will take this dimension. I will place it. Then I want to take it on the other side. I will click on this and I will move it on the other side. Yes. So once you have this, I can enter here, I can enter here. But finally, I want to have to place the two doors here. I will just go to door and you click accordingly, whatever way you want, you can use it. So here, this is the one, I will keep one here and I will keep another one here. Okay. So this is how I will be able to create the doors, and also like how can I can be able to use the different thicknesses of the wall. I can change the thicknesses of the wall, and I can construct the how can I do the offset by changing the thicknesses of the wall and all those things, which can be able to do by using this software. So basically, what we are trying to establish here, the different forms in which I will be able to uh, place the doors, and also how I can be able to edit, and how can I change the wall thicknesses, and I can create a new library of the wall thickness, and accordingly, depending upon the requirement of the building, accordingly I can be able to change the wall thicknesses. And also, depending upon the requirement, I can change the dimensions of the doors, and I can take it from the library and change the doors also. Similarly, I can be able to change the dimensions of the doors also. That is, of course, we're going to take it at a little bit later stages of our course. Thank you.